I think since we've gotten Bron back, we haven't been as organized offensively.
If you've been paying close attention to the 2026 Los Angeles Lakers, you've probably already seen it. The issue is that no one in the national media wants to say it openly, because the second you do, the conversation stops being about basketball and turns into a discussion about LeBron James. So when the numbers suggest the Lakers play better without him, it raises a real question. What are we actually seeing on the court? Share your thoughts in the comments below.
What we saw from the Lakers was, there's no other word I could come up with than passionless. That's what it looked like to me, and it looked like that to all of us, everybody.
Let's begin with something that should make everyone pause. JJ Redick, a first-year head coach, former player, and someone who built his media reputation on being honest, stood in front of the cameras and said this: "Since we got LeBron back, we haven't been as organized on offense." That statement alone changes the conversation.
Too often we have guys that don't want to make that choice. And it's pretty consistent who those guys are. LeBron! And so Saturday practice, I told the guys, it's going to be uncomfortable.
At first, that line sounds harmless, almost forgettable. But if you understand how locker rooms work, and how NBA politics really play out, it carries a lot of weight. What he was actually saying was simple and serious. When LeBron is on the court, this team doesn't know who it's supposed to be.
They're outscoring them 21-10 on the bench. That's what's kept Minnesota in this game.
Doncic turns inside. 2 more. 42.
5 seconds. 3 seconds. Reeves splits the defense. The floater in the paint. It's good at the buzzer. Austin Reeves does it again.
Here's why that point really matters. Early in the season, when Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves were running the team, the Lakers didn't just win, they knew exactly who they were. They played fast. The ball moved. Everyone understood their role. The effort was steady every night. They weren't flawless, but they were together. Over the first 14 games, the team looked energized and locked in. They played like they actually enjoyed being on the floor. Luka was loose and confident, averaging 35 points a game. Reeves stepped up as a true second option, putting up 28 a night, hitting big shots, and finishing quarters and games. The bench contributed. The defense wasn't dominant, but it was active and committed. The Lakers opened the season 10-4 and quickly became the most talked about team in the league.
So far tonight. James off the handle, out of bounds. Loud voice that he's had throughout his career in locker rooms. James had it erased.
49 seconds left in the third. So the second and third quarters have basically belonged to the Suns.
And that's when things started to change. Because no matter how strong the chemistry looks, there's one pattern that has followed every LeBron James team. Sooner or later, everything shifts back toward him. The offense slows down. The ball stops moving. Roles become unclear. The energy fades. It doesn't always happen in a loud or obvious way. Sometimes it creeps in quietly, one slow possession at a time, one missed rotation, one teammate stuck in the corner watching the play fall apart.
An enormous impact night in and night out. Durant finds room. Can't get that to go. Thompson on the rebound. Durant. Spinning Doncic, well defended inside of his.
A lot of people rush to defend LeBron by pointing to his numbers. They use the stat line like armor. Look, he's still giving you 22, 7, and 7, and yes, on paper, those numbers look solid. They usually do. But basketball isn't played on a stats website. It's played in real time, with flow, timing, and trust between teammates. And this Lakers team loses all of that the moment everything starts running through LeBron. You can see it if you actually watch the games, not just the highlights. Watch when Luka brings the ball up, calls a play, and LeBron waves him off. Watch when Reeves is on fire, but the offense slows down into isolation. Watch the defense when one missed rotation forces another player to cover, and suddenly there's an open dunk. This isn't random. It's a pattern.
I think since we've gotten Bron back, we haven't been as organized offensively.
Here's the part no one wants to say out loud. JJ Redick knows exactly what's going on. You don't casually mention things like too many random possessions, poor defensive communication, and unclear roles. Those are the strongest warning signs a coach can give without calling anyone out directly. That's not about playbooks or injuries. That's about team order. It's about players struggling to accept their roles because they don't feel the same standards apply to everyone.
Why is Christmas basketball still so important to you? I thought this year.
Still important to me?
Yeah. Why does it matter?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's a better question. Yeah. I'd much rather be at home with my family.
And this is where LeBron James has hurt every team he's been on over the last 5 years. The clearest example was the Christmas Day game, the moment everything was exposed. Big stage, home court, national audience, pride on the line. And the Lakers showed no life. That's not an exaggeration, that's how it looked to anyone watching. No urgency, no toughness, no pushback. They were outplayed and embarrassed in front of their own fans. And what was LeBron doing? Shrugging his shoulders, walking back on plays, talking to the referees, looking checked out. That's when it became impossible to ignore what was really happening.
Everybody could go up to LeBron and think they could tell LeBron how to do certain things and, do certain ways. It's all about personnel and knowing and taking constructive criticism.
Then came the comment that should have shut down the argument completely. When LeBron was asked why playing on Christmas still mattered to him, his answer was clear. He said he would rather be at home with his family.
Why is Christmas basketball still so important to you? I thought this year.
Still important to me?
Yeah. Why does it matter?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's a better question. Yeah. I'd much rather be at home with my family.
Now here's the part nobody wants to admit. JJ Redick knows exactly what's happening. You don't casually mention random possessions, confused defense, and unclear roles. Those are the biggest red flags a coach can give without naming names. This isn't about schemes or injuries, it's about hierarchy. It's about players not buying in because the rules don't feel equal for everyone. This is exactly where LeBron James has caused problems for every team he's been on in the last 5 years. The Christmas Day game showed it clearly. Big stage, home court, pride on the line, and the Lakers looked flat. No urgency. No fight. No edge. They were embarrassed in front of their fans. Meanwhile, LeBron shrugged, walked, talked to the referees, and looked completely disengaged. Then he said something that should have ended the debate. When asked why Christmas basketball mattered, he said he'd rather be at home with his family. On a human level, that's understandable. On a leadership level, it's disastrous. The locker room hears that loud and clear. It signals to younger players exactly how much the moment matters, or doesn't. From that point, the decline was predictable. In the next 10 games, the Lakers went 4-6. They lost 3 straight. The offense stalled, the defense fell apart, and the same mistakes repeated over and over: late rotations, confused assignments, possessions where no one knew who was supposed to initiate. This isn't about talent or injuries, this is chemistry breaking down in real time. And yet, somehow, the conversation always circles back to everyone except LeBron. JJ Redick will call out the team. He'll talk about accountability, uncomfortable practices, and not letting this happen again. But when it comes to actually holding someone accountable, the language changes. It becomes we, on me, and soft qualifiers. The players see this too. Here's the reality: Redick didn't get this job because he was the best coach available. He got it because LeBron wanted him there. That creates an immediate power imbalance. No matter what Redick says publicly, everyone knows who really holds the leverage. And when players believe one person is above criticism, the team can't function. You can't demand sacrifice from role players while protecting the biggest ego in the room. Young stars like Luka and Reeves can't thrive when they're constantly forced to defer. The numbers prove it. The Lakers' most used lineup this season, LeBron, DeAndre Ayton, Luka, Rui Hachimura, and Reeves, has played over 80 minutes together with disastrous results: offensive rating 103.2, defensive rating 123, net rating -19.9. That's not playoff-level basketball. Not even close. Now look at the second most used lineup, the same sample size and conditions, but without LeBron. Offensive rating jumps to 115.6, defensive rating drops to 100.6, net rating +15. That's not a fluke. That's a completely different basketball team. Let's be clear, this isn't about saying someone is a better player than LeBron. He isn't. But basketball isn't just about individual talent, it's about fit. This Lakers team doesn't need a ball-dominant, offense-first player who doesn't defend, doesn't sprint back, and controls the team's energy. What they need is balance: players who do the dirty work, play defense, accept roles, and don't need the ball every possession to feel important. That's why the second lineup works. This is where it gets uncomfortable. LeBron has never been a role player. He's never accepted limits. At this stage in his career, that refusal is actively hurting the team, on the court and off it. Every LeBron team comes with baggage, media narratives, podcasts, side comments, subtweets, and pressure from agents. That tension seeps into the locker room. You can see it in the body language, hesitation on the court, and silence after mistakes. This isn't a team growing together. It's a team walking on eggshells. Leadership isn't just about stats. It's about sacrifice and buying into something bigger than yourself. For years now, LeBron hasn't done that unless the team revolves entirely around him. And that's the problem. This Lakers team actually had something special before LeBron fully returned. Luka and Reeves were building real chemistry. The offense flowed, the defense was connected, the bench contributed, and the energy was real. But once LeBron took center stage, it all reverted. Slow pace, high usage, minimal movement, defensive shortcuts, emotional swings, and misdirected accountability. Redick can say the team doesn't care, or that roles aren't clear, or that the offense is disorganized, but who actually sets the tone? Who overrides the system? At some point, you either tell the truth or you lose the locker room. Here's the brutal reality. This Lakers team is not a championship contender. Not in the West. Not with this roster. And definitely not with LeBron as the central piece. Their record might look okay, but anyone who understands basketball knows the truth. This team lacks defensive consistency, emotional resilience, and a leader willing to step aside. This isn't hate. It's not disrespect. It's about patterns, and the pattern is clear. Wherever LeBron goes now, the same thing happens. The team looks promising, excitement builds, chemistry forms, and then it collapses under his presence. It didn't have to be this way. If LeBron embraced a smaller role, committed to defense, empowered Luka fully, and led by example instead of reputation, this could have worked. But that requires putting ego aside, something we haven't seen. Now the Lakers, Redick, and the front office are stuck. Everyone knows the problem, but nobody wants to say it, because criticizing LeBron isn't talking about basketball, it's challenging a legacy. Legacies don't win games. Teams do. And right now, this Lakers team is telling us exactly who they are: disorganized, disconnected, emotionally flat, and weighed down by a star who no longer fits what they need. You can ignore it, spin it, or blame injuries or coaching. But the numbers don't lie. The film doesn't lie. The energy doesn't lie. The Lakers were better before LeBron fully took over, and they'll never reach their potential until he lets go. That's the uncomfortable truth nobody wants to say.